ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Offering my Sastang Pranam at the lotus feet of Sri Ramakrishna, Mother Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda. My respectful namaskar to Swamijis who have assembled here. My heartfelt namaskar to all of you. In the Gospel, Sri Ramakrishna tells about God and His glories. He tells this universe, all that you see is His glory. People, that is, we all of us, see His glory and we forget everything. They do not seek God, whose glory is this world. Instead, all of us seek to enjoy lust and greed, lust and gold. But in this world, instead of going to the reality, who is the source of all this universe, God, if we are engrossed in this world, that is lust and greed, there is too much misery and worry in that. This world is like the whirlpool of the Vishalakshi in the river, while the water is flowing with great speed. When there are 2-3 streams coming together, and due to the current, and also maybe due to some depth at one place, the water goes round and then comes up and flows. So when the people or animal or a boat is caught in that whirlpool, it will be rotated at high speed and it will be drowned. So Ramakrishna is comparing this world. This world is like the whirlpool of the Vishalakshi. Once a boat gets into it, there is no hope of its rescue. Again, this world is like a thorny bush. You have hardly freed yourself from one set of thorns before you find yourself entangled in another thorn. Once you enter a labyrinth, you find it very difficult to get out. Living in this world, we human beings have become seared, as it were. What is meant by English word seared? That is, fried quickly at high temperature is called seared. Now, there was a humorous incident. Now, the Vijayadashami or Dasara is fast approaching. After the Pitrupaksha, it is the Navaratri. The last day of Navaratri is Vijayadashami. So, Mother Durga is worshipped. But during the Vijayadashami, the followers of Ramcharitmanas, the Ramayana, written by Tulsi Dasji, mostly in North India, they celebrate that Vijayadashami as victory of Ramachandra over Ravana. So, victory of the good force, that is the Lord, over the evil force Ravana. So, what do? They make a very big effigy of Ravana. and they will fill it with lot of fireworks, crackers. Now, inflammable materials, very big, huge image. Ram Leela grounds, you can be found in everywhere in North India. Now, people will dress themselves. Two of them or many of them will dress like Rama, Lakshmana, or small children will be made to be dressed like Rama and Lakshmana. They will come, they will take bow and arrow. At the tip of the bow, they will light fire and they will shoot that arrow towards this Ravana's effigy, which is full of fireworks. The moment it goes and touch, then there will be fire and the fireworks will start bursting and the rockets going up and down and Ravana will be burnt, the 10-headed Ravana. Now, this Ravana was fed up. Every year these people burn me. Okay, once a year Rama killed me. And now after that, okay, once or twice, every year these human beings are burning me. And also they are enjoying it. Okay, I kidnapped the wife of Ramachandra. It is right that Rama and his brother Lakshmana will burn me. But why should these people, all these thousands and hundreds and millions of people who are gathered here, they are enjoying my burning? So he loudly protested once when he was being burnt. He loudly protested to the people there. I can understand that Rama is burning me, okay, because I kidnapped his wife, Mother Sita. But why are you people burning me and enjoying my burning? I didn't kidnap all of your wives. Then one of the voice amongst the people was heard by Ravana. That is why we are enjoying your burning. I did not kidnap your wives. Why are you now enjoying my burning? That is why, somebody told. So, the women marry the men so that they will be enjoying this life, and the men marry, but see what happens. The husbands are like this. And why? You know this, everything about this world. So we try to seek happiness here, but it is eluding. They will complain about the husband, and the husband will complain again against the wife, and it goes on. The world, everybody complaining each other. You ask the student, they will complain against the teacher, the administration. You ask the teachers, they will complain against the student. Everybody, there is no peace. So Master is telling, this world is like that. Now hearing this, one of the devotees sitting in Dakshineshwar, when Master is talking like this, he asked, Master, then what is the way out, sir? To which Master replied, prayer and the company of holy men. Prayer and the company of holy men. Now Ramakrishna continues telling that you cannot get rid of an ailment without the help of a doctor, a physician. And also you should know it is not enough to be in the company of religious people or sadhus, holy men, only for a day. You should constantly seek it, for the disease of this world has become chronic. Now, the devotee goes forward to ask, Master, what is the good of holy company? Now, Master is replying, what is the good of holy company? Sadhu Sangha, Satsanga. Ramakrishna is telling, it begets yearning for God. What is yearning? Vyakulata. What is that Vyakulata or yearning for God? Think there is some 2-year or 3-year-old child. It just started walking and running here and there, now moving about. The mother is taken that child to the market or the mall. Suddenly, that baby escaped somewhere and disappeared. What will be the condition of the mother now when she has lost her child? Or vice versa, what will be the condition of the child who has lost its mother? So they are in great restlessness to find. The mother will be searching desperately, running about here and there until she finds the child, because you can imagine, I need not explain about that, you know better in this world. The mother will be desperately searching for the child, and the moment she finds the child, she will be so happy. So that condition of the mother, or the child is now in search of the mother, that desperation, the discontentment. So now change the scenario, the divine discontentment, the divine depression, or that I want God, have not reached God. If for the mother, the baby is valuable, if for the mother, if the child, for the child, if the mother is so valuable, so when for us devotees, when God becomes so valuable, then you cannot keep quiet until you see God. So that aspiration, intense aspiration for God is called Vyakulata. Ramakrishna uses this again and again in his teachings. So he's telling, by sadhu sangha, by the company of holy men, what happens? You get this Vyakulata. It begets yearning for God. You see them always thinking of God, always talking about God. Everything they will relate to God. Every aspect of their life, they will be thinking about God, reading about God, taking the name of the God. So when you see them, you also feel, yes, I too should think of God. I should do something to attain God. So it begets yearning for God. It begets love of God. So now we have come to know what is the use of satsang, sadhu sang, or holy company. So it begets love of God. Nothing whatsoever is achieved in spiritual life without yearning for God. By constantly living in the company of holy men, the soul becomes restless for God, says Sri Ramakrishna. This yearning is like the state of mind of a man who has someone ill, very close to him, now is seriously ill in the family. What will be his state of mind? His mind is in a state of perpetual restlessness, thinking how that sick person who is close to him may be cured. Once again, or again, one should feel a yearning for God like the yearning of a man who has lost his job. After COVID, you have noticed that many were retrenched. Many lost their job. So now, how is the condition of their mind to get back a job? They have to look after the children, wife, and all the other things, family, father, mother. So how desperately they will be searching for the job again. So that is also that yearning. Once again, one should feel a yearning for God like the yearning of a man who has lost his job and is wandering from one office to another in search of work. If he is rejected at a certain place, the board will be written, no vacancy. But still he will go inside, he will ask them, plead for a job. He will go to another place, no vacancy. Again he will go to another place. He will never stop. Do we feel for God like that? Have we tried to achieve God like that? Our trial to reach God is namby-pamby. Just like the poha or the flattened rice soaked in water, it becomes so soft. That is our yearning for God. We don't have yearning for God. It is just a fashion. We come to ashram. Why? Oh, we want to, we are in touch with ashram. We go to ashram. So other people will look at us in a different way. So we use it as a fashion. But the reality is, it should bring yearning for God. Have I realized God? Have I achieved something in life? What have I done? That is more important. So, or again, one should feel a yearning for God, like the yearning of a man who has lost his job and is wandering from one office to another in search of work. If he is rejected at a certain place, which has no vacancy, he goes there again and the next day again and inquires and inquires, is there any vacancy today? When shall I realize God? How shall I see God? Now, Ramakrishna elaborates about this, the importance of holy company. He tells there is another benefit from holy company. Again, you should note, if the holy man, if the holy company, or the people, the good people, if instead of thinking of God or inducing that thought of God in you, if they induce worldliness, then you cannot call them holy men. That is also very important. That's why Swami Adbhutanandaji Maharaj, when somebody asked, how should we identify a holy person, a sadhu? Simply wearing a geruva cloth or some other external insignias, is it enough? No. Adbhutanandaji tells, the moment you see this person, any person for that sake, if the thought of God comes in your heart, then know for certain that person is a sadhu. How to identify it? What is the yardstick to measure the sadhuness in a person? The moment you see that person, if you get the thought of God, if you remember God, then know for certain that person is a sadhu. So now Ramakrishna is telling there is another benefit from holy company. What is the benefit of the holy company? It helps one cultivate discrimination. What is discrimination? The apartheid discrimination? No. Is the discrimination of the color, creed and caste and other thing? No. It's called viveka, the power of discerning between the real and the unreal, the power of discrimination between the good and the bad. So that is discrimination here. Viveka, vairagya, that is what Master is telling. So, sadhu sangha, company of the holy man, it helps one cultivate discrimination between the real and the unreal. And what is that? Ramakrishna again mentions it. What is that? God alone is real. God alone is real. All else is immaterial, unreal. That is true knowledge. You think reading so many things from the book, getting all the information from the internet and other things is knowledge. Ramakrishna tells, this is knowledge. What is knowledge? This knowledge that God alone is true. All else is illusory. That is the highest knowledge. So Ramakrishna is telling, this is discrimination between the real and the unreal. God alone is real. That is to say, the eternal substance, and this world full of miseries is unreal. That is to say, transitory, temporary. As soon as a man finds his mind wandering away to the unreal, he should apply this discrimination. Animals do not have this viveka, discrimination. Only human beings have it. And we don't use it. At least the animals use their reflexes to find their food or live in the world properly. We have this discrimination, viveka, and we behave like avivekis. We don't use that discrimination at all. Whatever you don't use will become less and less and less. Just like, what is that? One person went to the dentist and he asked the dentist a pertinent question. Doctor, see, I have been eating and I have been doing a lot of work. But I'm young, I'm not so old. All my teeth have fallen. But my hair has not turned grey at all. They are all black in color. How is that? I'm young in age. All my tooth has fallen down. But my hairs have not turned grey. They are still black in color. So the doctor replied, see, whatever you use more, it becomes very weak and it will fall off. You have used your mouth too much eating, it has fallen off the teeth. You have not used your head much. So they are still, your hairs are still black in color, does not turn grey. Whatever you use much, that will be active. So if you use your viveka properly, it will be there. If you don't use it, it goes off. So now, Master is telling, what is that? God alone is real. That is to say, the eternal substance, and the world is unreal. That is to say, temporary, transitory. As soon as a man finds his mind wandering away to the unreal, he should apply his discrimination. The moment an elephant stretches out its trunk to eat a plantain tree or something else in the neighboring garden, it gets a blow from the iron goad of the driver, the ankusha. He will pierce the head. Then immediately the trunk comes back. It will not steal anything. Likewise, whenever our mind tries to go to earthly object here and there, looking for something bad, unreal things, then with your viveka, with your discrimination, you should bring it back and show what is real, Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Now, to understand this reality a little more, I'll take you through wonderful teaching of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. A lot of things are there, but I will take which is more pertinent. What is that? In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, while telling about this Paramatman or Atman, our true nature, the God who exists in our heart, about its true nature, one of the verses in the second chapter is, those who are attending the Bhagavad Gita class, you will be knowing that. The 16th verse. What is that? Nasato vidyate bhavo, nabhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayorapi drushtuantaha, tvanayostattvadarshibhihi. What is the meaning of that? There is no existence for the unreal. Meaning, there is no existence for the unreal. Unreal, what you see, this world does not exist. There is no existence for the unreal. There is no non-existence for the real. Non-existence means that is the only existent, that alone exists. The truth of both is the real and unreal is indeed known by the men of knowledge, the seers of reality. Here, Lord Krishna mentions that Atman or Paramatman or your true nature or God who is present in you is the only reality, eternal. So, what is your true nature? Are you the body? Are you the blood and other things which are there in your body, bone and other things, skin? No. Are you your mind, your emotions? No. What are you then? Are you your ego, your individuality, the bundle of character? No, it is constantly changing. What I called as a small baby, Mr. So-and-so that I am, or Mrs. So-and-so that I am, is changing constantly like the flowing river. You go and touch a river this moment here, the very next second you touch the river, you are not touching the same river. It is constantly in a change of flux. Likewise, you are changing. How can you call you real? So, what are you then? Are you ego? Are you this individuality? No. That which is not changing, the eternal seer, the witness which is within you in the form of God or Atman, that is the only reality. That is your true nature. This external world, this body, ego, everything is anatman, unreal. The sense object, the internal world, the body, mind, ego is asat, unreal, not eternal, ephemeral, transitory, transmigratory. Atman, Paramatman or God has independent existence. Anatman, this world, our body, mind, ego has. Then we see everything. We see our body, we touch our body, we can feel our mind, we can feel our ego, we can feel our emotions, but we cannot feel God. How can you tell that God is real and these are all unreal? In our childhood, when we were reading geography, we used to be told, while differentiating between the stars and the planet, what is the difference they used to give was, stars twinkle, but the planet do not twinkle. So that's the way we can differentiate between the planets and the stars. Look at them. If it is twinkling, that is stars. If it is not twinkling, then that is planet. Why? Because stars have their own light, like the sun. But planets, it is reflected light. Likewise, all these existence you see, our body, our ego and all the other things, this world outside, what you eat sugar, it is sweet. When you eat chilies, it is something else, hot, spicy. So you think that is true? No, they're all, then they exist. We see their existence. No, that is borrowed existence, like the reflected light of the moon and the planets. So God alone is borrowed, not borrowed. It is independent existence. Anatman, unreal, this world, our body, our mind, ego has borrowed from God or the Atman. Every object has got its own Swarupa, intrinsic nature, true nature. It is its real nature. And also, every object can have certain nature which is borrowed from outside, which is called borrowed nature or incidental nature. Whatever is intrinsic nature will be there all the time, whereas whatever is incidental nature will be temporary. We saw the example of Sri Ramakrishna in the gospel. What is that? Ramakrishna gives the example, beautiful example. The mother of the house will keep the vegetables for cooking. So she has kept, she has lit the, in those days it was the example given by Sri Ramakrishna, the firewood, and the fire is burning, upon which she keeps the vessel, and in the vessel she puts the water, then she puts the vegetables, varieties of vegetables, beans, aloo, and so many other things, carrot, all the vegetables. So after some time, when the water gets heated, what happens? Then vegetables will be jumping high, telling that I am great, it will go up. Then after that it comes down. Then again the aloo tells I am great, it goes up. And again the beans come up. Like that you see the vegetable is dancing up and down, thinking I am doing with my energy, I am great, I am that, I am this. But they do not know. They are getting this strength from the fire below. The vessel also got the heat from the fire. The water also got the heat from the fire. So the heat is intrinsic in the fire. It was not borrowed, but all the other objects like the vegetables and the other things, we think that we get egoistic, that because of me my family is running, because of me this ashrama is running, without me if I don't go, I am coming for this ashrama for 60 years, 70 years, without me can the ashrama run? Can the family go on? Can the wife exist? Can the husband exist without me? Can the children exist? So egoistically we will be thinking that, but in reality everything is run by the Lord. The Lord is running everything. So that is intrinsic nature, existence. That is the only reality is of God, the Atman which is within us. But everything that you see, this world, the transitory world, is temporary. It has borrowed its existence from God. So it is borrowed existence. So whatever is incidental is borrowed. And therefore it is subject to loss, destruction, nasha. So that's why again Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita tell, Agama apayino anityaha tam titikshasva bharata. In this world, because of the contact of the senses with the external world, so many things come to you, heat and cold, pain and pleasure, loss and gain. So many things come in duality. They are temporary. One of the king asked his minister, I want a message, a ring on which a message should be written. If I look at that ring, if I am very happy, I should feel sad. If I am very sad, I should feel happy. Can you give such a message on that ring? Yes. After many days, he bought the ring and gave him. He saw it. This too will not last long. What was the message? This too will not last long. What's the message on the ring? So when you are too happy with this worldly thing, read that message. This too will not last long. You'll become unhappy. When you are very unhappy, you are sorrowful, read that message. This too will not last long. You'll become very happy. See? One message can make the difference. Like this world of pain and pleasure and all the things, the temporary misery, everything is only borrowed existence. It doesn't last long. So what is reality? Is God. So turn your identity with God instead of your ego. Then you can enjoy. Finally, with one example of borrowed existence and the original existence, and one message from Ramakrishna, I will end my talk. What is that? A 55-year-old woman had got heart attack and was taken to the hospital. While on the operating table, she had near-death experience. Now she saw God. In that near-death experience, seeing God, she asked, "Oh Lord, is my time up?" God said, "No, my dear daughter, you have another 34 years to live." She was so happy. Upon recovery, the woman decided to stay in the hospital. She didn't go. She was very rich. What did she do? She bought all the money and she had a facelift surgery made her, because she is already getting old, wrinkles on the face. She made facelift surgery to look beautiful, liposuction, tummy tuck, and she even changed her hair color, dyeing. Finally, she was released from the hospital. So much of makeup. She was released from the hospital. While crossing the road on her way home, a truck came and hit her and she died. She was killed by the truck. Again, arriving in front of God, she asked, "Oh God, did you tell a lie to me? You said I had another 34 years to live. Why didn't you save me when the truck went over me?" You will love the answer of God. God replied, "I couldn't recognize you." So much of makeup, so much of change in your shape, I couldn't recognize you. So all that makeup you do is borrowed beauty. The original beauty is your real nature, the good qualities you have within you. The smile on your face is the real beauty which gives you to the beauty. Whatever 6 layer or 7 layer of makeup you give will not give you the beauty unless you have a beautiful smile on the face. If you have a frown on the face, what is the use? So the reality is only the Lord within you, and the rest is unreal. God alone is real.